Hi team. Well, this is my first experience with doing the live stream, so bear with me. I'm sure I will look absolutely retarded, so I'll just go ahead and clear that up today, just because I am super nervous. But hopefully this ends up being something really, really great that we can do in the future for other leaders and my out-of-state people. So today I kind of want to talk about, I've got Annie Wild here with me, and we just had some pretty amazing lunch here at Picasso Cafe. We'll have more people coming this evening. I probably will just do one live stream, but who knows, maybe I need the extra practice and could do another one tonight at 8. But anyway, so I just wanted to, I'm going to start doing these once a month, the leadership meetings, and it's something that I really hope to be able to get on a more routine schedule with you guys. And thank you. And that way I can be teaching you even though you're out of state or in another area. So I want to talk about 90 days of growth and succession compression. One of the things that that's been on my heart lately is, getting our zeal back and having fun again and doing more team-oriented type stuff. So I don't know about you, but these are just some of the comments that I've had some of my leaders make to me here lately. One of them is, life's just really busy. I'm distracted. I've lost my focus. I'm anxious about my business, irritated, stressed. And that happens a lot when either you have like this really, really huge growth spurt and you're just enrolling people, you're signing people up, and then you kind of come down off that high and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Or why isn't my business growing? And you have to understand, one of the things that I want to share first off is you have to understand that working a business like this is honestly equated to a marriage. You don't stay on your honeymoon phase forever. You have those ebb and flows, and it's kind of, for example, February was a pretty busy month for a lot of people because the kits were on sale. But you can't have every month at this breakneck speed. You would be burnt out. You would be overwhelmed, exhausted. Your family would be like, okay, do we have a mom? Do we have a dad? Like, what's going on? And so I kind of want to just talk, a little bit about the ebb and flow of business and just assure you that you're going to have those crazy, insane months. And a lot of times your crazy, insane month may be followed by kind of a lull. And that's not a bad thing, because you know what you do in that month where, per se, you're not signing a ton of people up? You take care and nurture the people that you already have. That's a good time to make care calls. That's a good month to reach out to those that maybe aren't on Essential Rewards yet. Take some different leaders to lunch. That's the time that you spend kind of investing in the people that you already have, because you definitely don't want to forget about the people that you already have, because that's who you're doing life with. That's who you're growing your business with. So, but I do want to kind of come back to addressing those of you that have said, I need to refocus. I need to get back involved with the business. I don't know where to start, or I don't know what to do. And so one of the things is I'm going to be launching a 90-day success compression campaign. And I really, really, really do hope that a lot of you will sign on with me for this. I wish I could tell you that I'm the original, thinker-upper of this idea, and that's such bad grammar, and I'm sorry, but it was just too funny not to say. But I'm not. So I actually watched a really amazing video from Darren Hardy. And if you do not get Darren Hardy's little text messages every day, you're really missing out, because I look forward to his little text messages or emails every single day. And it literally takes me like 30 seconds to read it. So go to darrenhardy.com, sign up for his emails. They're free. They cost you nothing. And the information is just priceless, truthfully. So he talked about, this is something that he has done. And, I think it's always good to take advice from really, really, really successful people. So many times I feel like people take advice from like broke Uncle Bob, or, the skeptic, or somebody that, why do we let people browbeat us or make us feel less about ourselves, that if you really took a step back and looked at their life, why in the world would we ever take advice from them? They're negative, they're lonely, they have no friends, and they're broke. And yet, for some crazy, audacious reason, their opinion matters to us. No. We need to be looking at people and taking advice from people that are successful, because clearly what they did in life worked. Broke Uncle Bob, what he did in life didn't really work, so I wouldn't take advice from him. If you want we're going to talk about increasing productivity, and I also am going to share with you some different things about ways to get people to switch stores. So first thing, take back control of your attention, take back control of your focus. If you are feeling like life has just gotten crazy, things have gotten out of hand, you've not been in touch with your people, you've not been working the business like you need to, you've really not been sharing at all, or just it's just very much off balance, and you need to get back into that. First of all, don't beat yourself up over that. Things happen, life does happen, seasons of life happen where maybe you needed to focus on your family. That's one of the reasons that I love the OOLA so much, is because they talk about seasons. Sometimes there's a season where you really, really, really need to focus on something. But over the next 90 days, what I'm hoping to do is partner with you so that we can crush it together in business and life, and really, really, really focus in April, May, and June, and kind of set the stages for your summer and fall business months. You don't plan for fall business stuff in the fall. You don't plan for your summer business stuff in the summer, because what's going to happen, guys, is it's going to be June 15th or July 15th, and you're going to be like, oh, I guess I need to plan some summer classes. We need to start planning now for those classes. One of the things that I would encourage you to do right now is get your calendar out and start blocking off your times for your classes or your leadership meetings. I really, really feel like you need to plan your next 90 days now. Do not wait for summertime to get here, or don't wait. Do it now. And that way too, you can show your calendar to your family. You can show it to your friends. One of the things that I feel like in this business, and that was something that Darren Hardy talked about, is it's really easy for all of us to become distracted because we want people to like us. We want to please people. We want to, your friend calls and goes, hey, let's go do this. And you're like, oh man, I really committed to working my business, but I don't want to upset my friend. And yeah, I could use a little fun. And so you go do this. Well, and please hear me when I say, I'm not saying don't have fun and don't have friends. But what I'm saying is, if you commit to yourself or you commit to your team that you're going to be doing something, I strongly suggest that you finish what you started before you go off and get distracted. Again, that's it's human nature. That's what we do. Is we're like, oh, squirrel, butterfly, and we're off and running somewhere else. So first thing, if you want to increase productivity, is take back control of your intentions. Focus. Turn off your cell phone. Turn off your Facebook. Turn off your email. Darren talked about these 90-minute jam sessions, and I love it. I love the concept. I love being intentional for 90 minutes. I wonder just how much we could get done if we knocked something out, really sat down, turned the phone off, weren't scrolling Facebook, and we're either planning our business for the next 3 months in those 90 minutes, reading a little bit of leadership notes, familiarizing yourself with the product. But how much more productive would our business and team be if we invested 90 minutes a day? And I want to say this, if you can't do 90 minutes a day, you have small children, or you have another job, or you just know that's not going to work for you, okay, that's totally cool. But let's think about this. What is 90 minutes times 7? That is an hour and a half times 7 days, so 10 hours a week. Am I correct? Yes, pretty sure I am correct. That's 10 hours a week, okay, of working your business. So what if you split it up and did, for example, for me, I know that Saturdays are a really good day. I've already talked to my family about this. We have a farm, so Saturdays are not it's not a fun day for us. It's just another day. And so I talked to my husband, I talked to my kids, and Saturday, I get up, I don't have boxing, so I have nowhere I have to be on Saturday. So I get up and at 5 a.m. and from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., I just crush it with the business. I shut things off and I just sit and crank out things, whether it be graphics or writing classes or studying for a class. So there's my 10 hours, if that's all I want to work. I typically work 20 hours a week. Sometimes more, just depends on the season, but I've really been trying to stick with that, what I committed to my family of no more than 20 hours a week. But let me just tell you, on that Saturday, when I commit to the 5 to 3, my family doesn't interrupt me because they know that after 3 o'clock, if they'll let mom work all day long, they've got me the whole rest of the afternoon. If you think about it, I'm not missing that much of my Saturday. Then we can go to the movies, we can have game night, we can have good family time, go out with friends, whatever. But from 5 to 3, that's sacred time. That's my 10 hours right there that I knock out. Okay, what if you couldn't do that? That's fine, but figure out some times that you can do it. I'm telling you guys, we've got to have productive time. We've got to have those jam sessions where we are squeezing a lot of work into a little bit of time so that we can go out and leverage that time to work our business. So many times we just lose focus and we get distracted, or and it. We all know that we do this. You'll go to post a picture of your oils or something on Facebook, and before you know it, an hour has passed because you've been sitting there scrolling. Stop scrolling, okay? If you're not, post your business and get off. But stop. I really would encourage you to get a journal and log down the hours that you're putting on Facebook or other social medias. And if it's not working your business, get rid of it. Like, be intentional about your time. I was talking to one of my leaders on the phone on the way down here, and one of the things that I just feel really passionate about sharing and trying to impart with my team is this. I know we're all busy. I know that we all have lives, and we have children, and we have church, and we have working out, and we have extracurricular activities and commitments that we, that are important to us every week. I'm not telling you to throw all of that out the window and, just focus on your business. But I want to ask you some things. Could you be being a better steward of your time? I'll give you a really good example. We have selfie sticks in this world, and you're talking to the girl that hates selfies, but we have selfie sticks. I have literally wrapped that thing around my rearview mirror of my vehicle and made a video for you guys while driving on business trips. I had a 20-minute drive down to the Picasso Cafe. I talked to some of my leaders on the phone. Those are the things that I'm talking about, where I feel like we get really off track in the business because somehow we think that to work the business, we have to go sit in an office and do that for an hour and a half. And so if you can't do that, then you just like, oh, I can't do it today. We need to figure out ways to work our business throughout life where we're at. Listen to a Periscope, turn the audio. I listen to Darren Hardy all the time in the car. I'll pull up his videos, and I'm not watching the video while I'm driving, but I'm listening. So I'm gaining knowledge. I'm getting ideas. I'm not changing anything in my life. I didn't go sit in my bedroom and listen to the video for an hour and a half. I did it while I was out running errands and driving kids around. You can do that. Like I said, doing care calls while you're taking kids to soccer games. You know what? Please don't think that people don't understand if a kid's going to be in the background crying, or if your kids are going to be talking to you while you're trying to do this. Guys, you know me, and you know that I'm about as real as it gets. I don't want to give you some pie in the sky view of how it should be to be platinum or, silver or gold. I don't want people to think that, oh, I'm going to have this big fancy office and, I'm going to go work in my office here and the kids and children are over here playing so quietly and, oh, we just have the perfect life. No, let's be realistic. Nobody has the perfect life. You're going to have kids screaming. You're probably going to have kids come and they've finger painted on the wall, or, as soon as you get on that phone in the car, every child in the car needs you at that exact moment. Guys, I think people would much rather see our raw, messy life than, and to be shown about the oils and to see that you are working the business even in the midst of all your craziness, instead of looking at you and thinking, oh gosh, she's just so got it all together. Like, her life's so perfect. I mean, the kids, look at them. They're over reciting Bible verses while she teaches this class. I mean, that's just the reality of it, is that that's not probably happening 95% of the time. Those beautiful pictures you see on Facebook of, you know, the kids in the cute Easter outfits and everything is just perfect. It probably took them 2 hours to get that perfect shot, because the kids were screaming and duking it out and not acting very, very nice to each other. Or shoot, I don't know about you guys, but how many times have you been on the way to church and you're having a knockdown, drag out fight with your spouse on the way to church? Okay, that's real life. That's messy, and that's really how, truthfully, all of our lives, I bet, if we were truly honest, are in at one day or another. So don't wait for your life to be perfect. Don't wait for you to have, you know, this perfect time where you can sit and work on your business. You have to make time. You have to carve time out, even in the middle of the messiness. And I truly believe, guys, most people will respect you and be a lot more empathetic than what you're giving yourself grace for if the kids are in the background, or, you know, you're multitasking. I really, truly believe that's going to resonate more with them and probably encourage them to take that step into the business more than you feeling like you need to put on this perfect life of what a business should look like. I truly believe that we are far more capable than what we are producing. I believe every single person, we are our own worst enemy. We can spew off tons and tons of hesitations and doubts and excuses, because it's us that we're worried about. It's not the other people. Our biggest enemy, our biggest obstacle really is our own head. So I want to talk a little bit about compressing time, and it's basically massive pressure deadlines in a short period of time, which is why we're going to be starting the 90-day succession compression launch. I want you guys to partner with me and to really walk this with me for the next 90 days. If we start April 1st, we'll end, I think, June 30th. And my goal is this. Don't look at this and go, okay, I've got 90 days to do this. I've got 90 days to set a new goal for a status. I've got 90 days, to double my volume. Well, this is one of the things that Darren talked about. He goes, you set that goal and then you cut that time in half. And I still want the goal to be 90 days, but I'm going to be pushing you guys. Like, I want to know what your goals are. We're going to have some accountability here. There's a little thing called Parkinson's Law, and I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but Parkinson's Law states that whatever time you give yourself for a deadline to get it done, guess what? Human nature says you'll take the full extent of that deadline to get it done. So what does that mean? It means that if you give yourself 90 days, you're going to take the full 90 days to achieve whatever you need to achieve. But this goes back to you're far more capable of what you're producing. So force tight, seemingly impossible deadlines in front of you. Put a little pressure on yourself. 90-minute jam sessions, we talked about that. This is where, just intense, crazy focus. 90 days, I love this. Darren Hardy said 90 days of pain for a lifetime of gain. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty certain I could do just about anything for 90 days if it meant a lifetime of being able to have more time with my family, pay something off, go on that vacation that you've always wanted to go on. And the cool thing is with the succession compression is this, you have an end date. Okay, so get that calendar out. Highlight those days, highlight your end date, cross it off every single day that you're just killing it in your business. And one of the things that Darren talked about is talk to your family, talk to your friends. Let them know that you're serious about this. Sometimes I think we just don't tell people, and then we're frustrated and mad when they're not letting us work our business or they're inviting us to all this different stuff. Have a conversation with people and say, I need your help for the next 90 days. I swear I will not be some crazy psycho stalker girl, but would you partner with me? Would you help me? Would you be willing to host a class with me over the next 90 days? I'm really wanting to grow my business. Would you invite people to an online class with me? Would you let me come to, a vendor booth at your event? But again, if we don't ask, I think so many times we just assume. People don't know. We have to give them clear, concise direction about the direction our life is going to be going. So it requires a lot of effort. I'm not telling you guys that the next 90 days is going to be easy. whatever goals you set, whatever you choose to do. But you definitely need to talk to your spouse, talk to your significant other, and talk to your friends and family, and let them know what you're doing, and that assure them too, because they may see you just going crazy over the next 90 days, and they might get a little concerned, like, what are you doing? You're not home much, or, what's going on here? Is this how it's going to be forever? And it's very important that you let people know this is not going to be forever. This is what I'm doing, and explain it to them. And most people will be like, oh, okay, all right, how can I help? Negotiate with your family and friends. So here was something that Darren said he did when he was, and if you don't know who Darren Hardy is, like, he's the CEO, he's one of the most successful men of our day and age. He is a personal mentor to a lot of these heavy hitter corporate founders, owners, leaders. He goes all over. He spoke at one of our Young Living conventions. Amazingly talented guy. He owns Success Magazine, which is all about network marketing and people being successful. So he's definitely somebody to take good advice from. When he was building his network marketing business, he said he constantly did the 90 days success compression plan. And he said he killed all of his competitors. He goes, nobody could keep up with me. And so this is one of the things that he did. And again, you can tweak this however you want to, but his first 30 days, he spent 100% focus on recruiting new distributors. And he goes, you know what? I got really good at it, because he said I was in the zone. That's what my focus was on, was bringing in new people. And I love that, because you know what? If you're focused on something, if your intention is honed in on one thing, most people can just flat out kill it. Like he talked about. He was in the zone. He got his closings down. He was practicing. One of the things that I'm going to be doing again in April, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am. I am going to be challenging myself to be doing the 30 and 30 again. I've done this twice in my business, and it's one of the things that has really, really propelled me. Again, I've already spoken with my family about this. They're totally on board. We're good with it. But I will be doing 30 classes in 30 days. And, that doesn't have to necessarily be a class every single day. Sometimes, like on Saturdays, there was one Saturday, I think I almost lost my voice, because I did 3 classes, like back to back to back. Now, mind you, those have to be close in proximity so that you can do the back to back. But that allowed me to take like a rest day on Sunday, and still manage to get my 30 classes in 30 days. You can do whatever you would like. I'm just throwing out some different ideas. It can be Facebook classes. It can be one-on-one classes. It can be, whatever you're comfortable with. But your first 30 days of our 90-day succession plan needs to be focused on getting new people into your organization. I know so many of you out there are really, really, really wanting to grow, and you're tired of being stagnant, and you want to move up to that next level. You want a bigger paycheck. You need a bigger paycheck. You want to do things for your family. So this is what it could look like. Then your next 30 days, I love this, because Darren says he kind of sorts through the pretenders. And what he said is he kind of starts to feel out those people that he enrolled the first 30 days. He starts to find out, okay, who's really loving the product, who's really using the product, who's maybe wanting to work this as a business. And so he kind of starts mentoring them a little bit more. And this would be for us, what it would look like for us would be talking to them about possibly ER. It would be sharing with them new other products. And I'm going to kind of jump in here, because I want to talk to you guys about some things. We are so missing the boat when it comes to telling people about the products we have in addition to the oils. Okay, we have Thieves Laundry Soap now. Sorry, the sun's really glaring, and we have Thieves Laundry Soap. This little bitty bottle does 64 loads. It's free from sodium lauryl sulfate, dyes, petrochemicals, formaldehydes, phosphates, synthetic perfumes, and optical brighteners. Okay, it smells amazing. It's our Thieves line. Who doesn't use laundry soap? Okay, think about that. Who doesn't use laundry soap? So I'm going to set this kind of to the side. Next, who doesn't use dish soap? Okay, who unless you live under a rock and you wash a loincloth in the river, you are using laundry soap, you are using dish soap. Okay, these are both highly concentrated. Once again, this smells amazing. It's also free from sodium lauryl sulfate, dyes, formaldehyde, phosphates, synthetic perfumes. People are wanting to go green right now. So why aren't we sharing this with people? Okay. Next, shampoo. Who's not washing their hair? Again, I think we're getting the point here. Most people use laundry detergent, wash their hair, brush their teeth, wash their vegetables, okay? I'm gonna show you something. So these products that I'm holding up, you've got your Thieves laundry soap, you've got your Thieves dish soap, we've got shampoo, okay? Then what was my other thing that I did, Annie? Was it the veggie wash? Okay, we've got veggie wash. Again, chemical free. You need to be washing your veggies, especially with all the pesticides and chemicals that are being sprayed on them. Even organic, guys. When I go to a hotel room, yep, I'm the crazy girl that's in my bathroom hotel room washing vegetables and fruit in this beautiful white porcelain sink, and it's all organic. And you know what? When I'm done, the water looks like mud. So just because it's organic, don't think that they've been washed, because they haven't. So you've got this also, Thieves Veggie Wash. Smells amazing, chemical free. Mouthwash, because I just threw it at my computer. Mouthwash. Most people are using mouthwash. This is also free from sodium lauryl sulfate, so you're not going to get those nasty canker sores that there's a ton of studies that have been done between the toothpaste, conventional toothpaste having sodium lauryl sulfate in it. Ours does not. It's infused with essential oils and has coconut oil in it, and it lasts forever. So again, we've got all these products that have nothing to do with oils. Do you know what? When I added up the Thieves toothpaste, the veggie wash, the laundry soap, the shampoo, which I'm going to talk about this a little bit more here in just a second, and the dish soap, it came up to $100.75 a month. Okay? Most people are buying shampoo, toothpaste, things like that, monthly, bi-monthly. You wouldn't have to, it lasts forever, so it's not like you would have to spend that every single month on these products. But what I'm trying to get across is we're missing the mark with people, because people are getting the kits with the oils, and when they're brand new, they kind of don't know how to use the oils, so they're probably not reordering as much oil-wise because they just don't know. But they are buying. They're buying. Like I said, unless they live in a cave and bathe in a stream, that they're buying these products anyway. So why not teach them to switch stores? Explain the value of Essential Rewards, explain to them the reduced shipping, explain to them that they could buy their needs on Essential Rewards and then cash out their points for their wants. And again, how many places do people shop at? I would just flat out ask them, when you go to Target, when you go to Kohl's, do they give you freebies for shopping there every month? No, they don't. But we do. So I want to talk really quick about the shampoo, because a lot of people don't know about the shampoo. So the shampoo, extremely concentrated. Okay, so when you get one bottle, basically you can make 2 bottles out of it. The shampoo, how much was the lavender shampoo? I want to say
$19.75.
Okay, so $19.75 for this bottle of shampoo. All right, and if you are buying your shampoo at like a hair salon, you know that that's pretty much the going rate for high-end good shampoo. So this bottle is $19.75. People go, oh, that's too expensive. I'm not buying shampoo from Young Living. Okay, well here's the thing. You need to take this bottle, you need to dump half of it out into another empty bottle. You need to fill up both of them the rest of the way with water. You now have 2 bottles of shampoo that will probably last you 3 to 6 months at least, depending on the size of your family. Again, free from all that other crap that is in a lot of shampoos, and it's infused with MSM, which is good for an organic sulfur compound, which is good for your hair and helps it actually grow and stay thick. So again, 2 bottles of shampoo for $19, pretty good buy. And you're earning Essential Rewards points by purchasing this product. So I think you're kind of getting my drift here. One of the other things that I wanted to show you though, that I want to talk about is the Super C. Most moms I know with small children are giving their kids vitamin C anyways. Why not introduce them to our vitamin C? There's 90 in this bottle. And here's the thing with vitamin C. A lot of people do not know that they're actually getting genetically modified corn syrup in their vitamin C. Instead, if it says ascorbic acid and it doesn't say it's GMO free, guess what? That's exactly what they're getting. And I had a lady at my class the other night that she was like, I can't do vitamin C. It makes me sick to my stomach. And I said, what vitamin C are you doing? And she's like, oh, I don't know, whatever, is at Walmart or Target. And I said, I think I know, because if you start researching the vitamin C that has the ascorbic acid and is made with genetically modified high fructose corn syrup, it irritates your stomach, because that's what GMOs do. They poke tiny holes in your gut and it irritates your gut. So our Super C doesn't have that. And it's actually made from I always feel like I butcher this, the acerola cherry. So it's infused with whole foods, whole fruit. It's not from genetically modified corn. It tastes delicious. It's also got rosehip. It has citrus, lime oil, and orange peel oil in it. So kids are going to love it. And again, they're able to switch stores. They're probably already buying vitamin C anyway, so why not get it from us? Okay. By the way, that's also a way to increase productivity as far as increasing your sales volume, teaching people to switch stores. So we're going to kind of go, that would be a really good thing to do with all those 30 new people, or with all those new people that you spent time with enrolling your first 30 days of your success compression. Your last 30 days, what are you going to do your last 30 days? You've rocked it out. And by the way, that's not saying that you can't enroll people in the next 30 days. Obviously, you're going to teach classes, you're going to plant seeds. I don't know about you, but if somebody calls me, I'm not going to say, oh, no, I'm in my second 30 days. And he's over here laughing. I can't enroll you. I'm sorry. I have to wait for the next 90 days success compression. No, for the love of Pete, enroll them and just, add them into your little group there. But your last 30 days, you're going to really spend developing those more fully who are ready to take the plunge of the business, to walk with you, and develop them as leaders. So much of our job, we are multitaskers. We have to be. But enrolling people isn't just selling them a kit. Like, you're investing in them. You're investing in their life. You're taking the time to listen to them and find out what it really is that they're wanting. Maybe after you listen to them, they're like, you go, I don't really know if they're ready for the oils yet, but they spent the whole time talking to you about wanting to have a greener home. And so, okay, maybe the premium starter kit with the oils isn't for you, but man, this Thieves kit sure is. That is awesome. Or maybe you had at one of your classes a Ninja Red bar, and they were just all about the Ninja Red, and they talked to you nonstop about how much better they felt afterwards. Or maybe they're an athlete and they don't know that the oils can be used to help them with their athletic abilities, to help them recover more. The Ninja Red is a great drink. I struggle with consuming enough water. So guess what? I do a shot of Ninja Red every day before I go do my boxing, because I know I probably didn't drink enough water the day before, and I don't want to get dehydrated, and I don't want water sloshing around in my belly while I'm trying to do jumping jacks and burpees. I've made that mistake. And it wasn't fun. Okay, so you want to basically, for the next 3 months, you're focused. You're really wanting to crush it with your business. You're teaching classes. You're having one-on-ones with people. You're developing people. And yeah, it's going to be crazy for 90 days. Then when you're 90 days, you cross that last 90-day mark off, you know what? Take a week off. Go tell your family, we're going to go celebrate what mommy just accomplished or what daddy just accomplished. Give yourself some grace period. Darren talked a lot about that. He's like, crush it for 90 days, take a little bit of time off. Don't take too much time off. I feel like, because that is one of the things that he brought up was, how many of you have ever watched like a rocket ship launch? And that, the compression, the power, the force, as that rocket lifts up and it starts splitting off, and by the time it finally gets out in orbit, it's like a third of its size. But to get it up there, it took a lot of force and power and energy. And he said so many times what so many people do is, we do this 90 days of growth, success compression, and we are just rocking our business, and then we take off, and then we take off some more. And then we kind of check our downline at the end of the month, and we're like, oh gosh, I worked like 2 hours the whole month, and well, my OGV stayed the same, so maybe I'll take another month off. That's where it gets dangerous, is when you get complacent, or you think, oh, look, they're rocking along, they don't need me anymore. Because what happens is before you know it, things are sliding backwards, and you're once again having to reignite the rocket, having to, basically start all over again, getting that propelled back into outer space like a rocket. So my suggestion is do the succession compression, take a week off, take some 4-day weekends, whatever. Definitely celebrate your successes, but make sure that you don't take off, and just keep being comfortable, because you're going to lose all that momentum that you just did with the 90 days. So I don't want to nag on that. I just want to say, just be careful, okay? Your team does need you. Sometimes we struggle with rejection, or we think, I don't want to do that. I've struggled with this myself. I've been very honest about this. Like, if I do a class and people don't come, I'm always like, okay, do they hate me? Do I suck now? Like, nobody wants to hear me teach? I mean, I do. I struggle just like the rest of you. I think sometimes people think I don't, and I don't know why. I'm pretty open and honest about the things that I struggle with. I just keep going. I just keep swimming. And I think that's sometimes what you have to do. Otherwise, we risk one of my other leadership books talked about becoming extinct. When you just stop posting, when you just stop reaching out to people, when you just stop sharing because you don't want to feel that rejection, or you think, oh, they don't need me, they're off doing their own thing, I'm telling you, that's a really good way to make yourself extinct. So don't do that. Don't listen to the lies. Stay focused. Your team does need you. Everybody wants to feel needed, and everybody wants to be made to feel important. And if nothing else, if your team is having classes and rocking on and doing Facebook stuff, nothing else, they need you to be their encourager, to be their supporter, to let them know how proud of them they are, and help them with excitement. One of the things that you kind of run the risk of, and it's kind of funny, again, comparing it to a marriage, but the honeymoon doesn't stay forever. We all know this. But you also, in your marriage, don't want to get stagnant. You don't want to be, we all have done this, I think, where you've been married a while and your husband comes in and you're talking on the phone and you don't really even acknowledge that they're there. And, later they kind of tell you that was kind of hurtful. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, I've been doing that a lot lately because you're comfortable. You're used to them coming in, But we have to understand, whether it's our spouse, whether it's our team, whether it's our kids, no matter how well we know them or how well they're doing or how comfortable we are with them, we still want to make people feel special, and we still want to acknowledge people. So just make sure you're doing that with your team. If they're rocking on, great. Be their biggest cheerleader, and just let them know that you are there to help them. Ultimately, that's what you want out of your leaders, is after they've observed you for a while, they go out and just kind of rock it themselves. And you're like, hey, you're doing great. I'm here if you need me. Send them a card in the mail, get them a little treat, journal, a book, something. But just don't just think they don't need you, or that they don't want your input and your advice, because I think everybody wants that. It is network marketing. We are a team. We rise together. We fall together. We're here to build each other up, give each other different ideas. That is kind of the point of network marketing. And that is one of the things that I want to make sure, too, that it's one of the reasons I want to start these meetings back each month, is we need each other. I need you guys. I need the interaction. So many times I feel like our world has become just so disconnected. It's so easy to send that private message on Facebook. It's so easy to send that email, but it's also easy to be cold and callous and go, oh, I'll respond later, or not respond at all. Like, you read it and you're just like, oh, okay, that's great. Well, we need the people interaction. That's what we need, to be fostering different ideas off of each other. We need to be feeding each other, and we need to be holding each other accountable. If I were to sit here and tell Annie, hey, my goal is, June 30th, I want to hit another status. And she's like, oh man, Jennifer, that's my goal too. Guess what? Come June 30th, I guess her and I are going to have a conversation, because, and it'll be, so did you hit your thing? Well, of course, everybody wants to say, yeah, man, I totally did it. And then likewise, but if you don't vocalize those goals, and put yourself out there and give yourself somebody to hold you accountable, what's going to happen if you don't make your goal? Well, you didn't tell anybody, so it's like, oh well, I didn't make it, or I failed, or no. If you have somebody that you're holding accountable, that you know is going to be rooting you on, encouraging you, and even pushing you, that's going to motivate you. That Darren talked a lot about. He said stress and pressure can be our friends, and they are our friends. You don't want to live under constant stress and pressure, but like this next 90 days, stress and pressure are your friend. They are what's going to make you go, I can't scroll for an hour on Facebook because I need to be focused on my business. Or that TV show that I love to watch, you know what? That's an hour I can work on my business. Or let's say, you've been really busy on your business and you're like, you know what? I don't need to scroll on Facebook. I need to go sit and hang out with my kiddos for an hour or 2 hours. That's where the next 90 days, that stress and pressure is going to cause you to make better decisions that are more focused on what your intentions are, what you really want out of life. One of the things I kind of want to mention to you guys, something that I want to talk about that I'm going to work on myself, is with my 90-day success compression plan. One of my personal goals is I really want to get good at Instagram. And so for the next 90 days, I want to launch a successful social media campaign with the oils. I want to generate excitement. I want to generate interest, and I want to generate sales. Those are my goals. So I would encourage you guys, hold me accountable, because guess what? These graphics that I'm going to create, they may not be, the most awesome graphics, but they will be compliant and they will be for you guys to share as well. So it will benefit you to hold your leader accountable and go, Jennifer, where's our next 5 days of graphics? Or make your own. But the point is, I want people to see that I love the product and that I'm excited about it. Again, I think sometimes we get ho-hum about things, when we're first doing the oils and we're first, we're telling everybody, we're super duper excited. We're posting on Facebook, people are rolling their eyes going, oh my gosh, here she goes again. I'm sure people do that about my working out. Like, oh, mother of pearl, she checked into the gym yet again. I hate her. Whatever. But the thing is, it does generate excitement. It does generate interest, and that's what you want. And it doesn't have to be salesy. Those of you that follow me know my posts are not salesy. It's just, this is my life. Hope, come alongside me. I posted a picture the other day of my Thieves Veggie Wash with my gorgeous organic carrots and just said, man, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Love washing my veggies and knowing that I don't have a bunch of chemicals on them. Boom. Didn't once say, sign up with me. Didn't say anything. I think I always hashtag ask me how to oil. But guys, you want to woo people to you. You don't want to shove it down their throat. You want to generate the interest and excitement where they start messaging you and asking you questions. I think I shared with you this last month, I've enrolled 3 people that I was like, wow, Lord, thank you so much. That was awesome. But I enrolled them because I didn't know this, but they've been kind of stalking me on Facebook for the last 3 years, watching my lifestyle evolve, seeing my posts, and they were interested and piqued. So by the time they PM'd me, they were like, bring the kit, sign up, let's do this. And what if I had, after 6 weeks, quit posting? Or let's say, what if I did hot and cold? 1 minute I'm posting a lot, the next minute nothing. 1 minute I'm posting a lot, the next. Or what if, this is always a pet peeve of mine, what if we wait till 2 days before the end of the month and you're trying to hit your status, and so you start just bombarding social media with pictures of the kits and enroll with me today, and I'm going to give you this free stuff if you enroll with me today. Never mind that we've never said anything the whole rest of the month about the oils. But you know what? People figure that out. And they're like, oh, she needs money. She needs this. She's trying to hit that status. And people do not relate well to hot and cold, guys. They just don't. The tortoise and the hare, you want to be the tortoise. Even if it's slower than a 7-year itch, you want to be a tortoise because the tortoise sticks with it. They keep going. They don't do the flash in the pan. Oh man, buy these oils. And then you haven't heard anything from me for 6 months. And then, oh man, buy these oils. Let me just say this. If per se, this was you, or if per se you've been really quiet, life has just been really tough, and you want to get back in, but you also don't want to look like that. You know what? just start posting. But don't make it salesy. Take a picture of your toothpaste. If you go on a trip or you go camping or something, and say, I'm so thankful that I have non-GMO toothpaste infused with coconut oil. Tastes great. My kids love it. You know, it lasts forever. Do that. That's a great way to work your business back in without you feeling like maybe you look foolish or you feeling embarrassed or that, you know, they're going to think that you're a flake. No. Just start incorporating it back into your life. Most people understand you have something happened. You had a season in life. Just don't bombard them with salesy stuff, okay? Generate excitement, generate interest, generate sales. We talked about, again, showing people how to switch stores with the different products. So in layman's terms, this is a really great thing over the next 90 days. I want you to pick a project or pick a goal. Whether it be, I want to go from senior star to executive. I want to go from executive to silver. I want to double my volume. I want to enroll 30 new people. Whatever your goal is, narrow it down, focus, and get really extreme and intense about it. Number 2, pick a deadline. I already picked it for you. Sorry. It's June 30th. But guess what? Slice it in half. Okay, you've got till June 30th to accomplish this. But I want you to put a little more pressure on yourself. And I want you, whatever your goal is, kind of slice it in half. I'll tell you right now, I can't go till June 30th because I have convention in June. And then we have church camp the last week of June. So guess what? I already cut off 2 weeks of time right there because I can't. So that's going to put the pressure on you. And that's going to make you, remind you when you're wanting to go, I don't want to do this. It's only for 90 days, and you did set this goal. Crush it. Make it happen. Okay? Plan out your success compression plan, all right? Maybe you don't want to do 30 days of doing nothing but new people. Maybe your first 30 days you want to partner with your business builders and help them get new people. That's fine. Whatever. I mean, Vicki Offer has a really great script called Heart-Centered Sharing that is compliant. I do love her method. I love it because I feel like so many times we just blanket invite tons of people to these classes, and of course they don't come because we have no relationship with them. They're not interested in the slightest. We just create the Facebook event and they're just like, oh geez, and so they hit maybe, or they're not going yet again for the 100th time. Maybe instead of mass inviting, why don't we do this? Vicki keeps her classes small and intimate, like in her home. You can do whatever you want and hold them wherever you want. I would just share with you that in your home, it's a lot easier to not have to worry so much about every little word that you say. We still want to try and follow the rules and be compliant as best that we can, but it's a lot easier in your home if you have a oops moment and somebody raises their hand and goes, what can I do for allergies? And you're like, I can't even say that word. You're not supposed to say that word. Eek. Hold on, I have to plug this in or we're gonna die right in midstream. So have them in your home, but this is what Vicki does. She talks to 3 business builders or 3 new people that are kind of wanting to get going on the business. She tells those business builders, I'm gonna have some awesome food, I'm gonna have some awesome snacks for you, but guess what? You can't come unless you bring 2 brand new people with you. Now some people say that's really harsh or nobody would come if I did that. Well, find a business builder that can deliver and can bring 2 people, because I'm sorry, that's not asking too much for somebody to bring 2 new people that are new to the webs. So what she does is she teaches for about 45 minutes and you have your 3 business builders with their 2 people. So guess what? That's 6 new people that you're talking to that night. Pretty good return on investment, I would think. So she teaches for about 45 minutes. And then when she's all done, she says she goes around to each business builder with their 2 people, sits down with that person and says, why are you here? What piques your interest the most about what we talked about tonight? And has a personal conversation with those 2 people. Then she moves on to the next and then the next, and she has great snacks and people can sample Ninja Bread, things like that. Here's the thing, guys. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. Instead of just doing this big class and signing people up and, they go on their merry way, you now can put a name with the face of the person that enrolled. You now know maybe the oils, yeah, I'm kind of interested, but I don't know about that. you're taking it in capsules, you're putting it all over your body. But I am a CrossFitter, and man, I could really use some antioxidant help and that Ninja Red drink that I just tasted. That's pretty darn tasty. And I did hear you talking about the one oil that I might be kind of interested in, the Panaway, because man, I mean, my gosh, my workouts are intense, and okay. So guess what? You now know what direction to take with that individual that you would not have normally known what to take with them if you didn't know that they were a CrossFitter, if you didn't know that fitness was your way to relate to them. So you go to the next person and let her say, yeah, I'm crazy about these oils. But I mean, why can't I go get that $4 bottle at, Sprouts? So you spend some time talking to her, you develop this relationship. She's probably going to tell you what she's interested in the oils for. You show her some great tools that she could purchase that would help her on her oily journey, things like that. You go to the next person who's like, nope, not really into oils, but man, I want a greener home. Oh, man, awesome. You talk to her about the Peace Line. Do you see what you're doing? You're not just selling a kit. You're creating this relationship where, guess what, when you call that person and, a couple weeks to see how's your kit doing, how are you doing, it's not going to be awkward and weird where you're like, I don't want to call them. They're just going to think I'm trying to sell them something, or, you now have a relationship with them. You know a little bit about them and their lives, so it's not so awkward when you call. You're being a farmer. You're developing that. You're planting seeds, you're watering it, you're feeding it, and you're waiting for the harvest. Now, one of the things that I want to share, and then I'm going to probably wrap it up for this morning, I want to encourage us to be mindful of what we're saying. And I want to tell you two phrases that really I've just been convicted over and over again to not say. And so here's me as your leader. You can hold me accountable. And if I say this, you can say, Jennifer, that's a curse word. You said not to say that. So here's my two phrases that I would really like you to think before you speak. If only. So many times we get really wrapped up in what other people are not doing for us. And we say, man, if only they would do this, if only they would do that, I would be able to hit the status. No. We need to not say those words, because ultimately the business, it depends on us. And my favorite movie is, I'm going to date myself here, but Cutting Edge. And I believe it was an 80s movie, the ice skating movie. But he was the Russian coach. And if you haven't watched this movie, you should so watch this movie. Just telling you, go have a movie night. But this Russian coach is dealing with this kind of high maintenance young lady who's a figure skater, and they're trying to find her a partner. And let's just say she is a royal heifer to every guy that they bring in to be her partner. And the Russian coach tells her dad, the last guy would rather sleep with garlic around his neck and wear a cross than to skate with her again. And he goes, I don't know. I am at the bottom of my barrel. And I will never forget what the dad said. He looked at the Russian coach and he said, then you find another barrel. So if you have some people on your team that are not ready, that are just, for whatever reason, stop wasting your time with them. Go out, get plugged into your community, find another barrel. I will tell you, I have experienced this. I have had, leaders that were really up and coming that, were just rocking it out, and just things happen in life. And you know what? They're not going to be the legs that I thought they were going to be, at least not right now. So I found some more barrels. I mean, that's just the nature of this business. When you read Eric Wer's Go Pro, he talks about, he's like, I started over like 7 times. You just keep going and you find different barrels. And I'm a big person that believes in prayer and setting your intentions. Write it down what you need and ask God for it, and be very specific, and be prepared to pray ALAT prayers, not ASAP prayers. ALAT prayers are as long as it takes. If this is really what you want to do and you are really focused on this, and this is where your passion is, your vision is, then you should be willing to pray as long as it takes, not ASAP prayers. Okay? So curse word number 1, if only. Do not depend on other people, and do not, keep beating a dead horse and thinking you're gonna make them change or make them see the vision. If they're not seeing the vision right now, they might later, but if you need, a leg to be up and coming, then don't wait on them, because you're gonna end up on your 5th or 6th month or at the end of this 90 days going, oh my gosh, is there one behind me? Okay, thank you so much. So if only, it's a curse word. Convict me of it. If I say it, you have my full permission, team, to yank my chain, okay? And I'm gonna do the same with you. Oopsie. Okay, the next one, and this is one that I'm really convicted on, and that I'm working on desperately for myself. So again, you have my full permission to yank my chain as well. I'm too busy, or I'm busy. I want to ask you something, and I know that we don't do this intentionally, but I want you to stop and ponder something. What are you saying to the person that you just said that to? That your time is more valuable than theirs, or that you're so busy, and clearly you're not. And again, I know we don't mean to, but if you honestly stop and think about it, everybody is busy. Everybody has things that they're passionate about: church, family, work. I mean, I will tell you that because for most of my life I've been a working mom. It is hurtful to me when moms say, well, I'm just so busy with my family. Okay. Do you not think I am? Do you not think that I love my family just as much as you love yours? I mean, is your busyness more important than my busyness? And again, I know that we're not trying to say that, but somebody, I was reading, I don't know what, I think it was John Maxwell actually that brought this to my attention. That was like, we need to be very careful how we're saying that to people. And for me, it's just something I don't want to say to anybody, because I don't want them to think that my time's more valuable than theirs, and that, oh, you can do this business because you're not near as busy as I am. That's not true. And we need to be very, very, very careful that we're not projecting that to people, because everybody's time is important. Everybody is busy. I mean, my gosh, we live in probably the busiest time of our lives. We have Facebook coming at us. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We have Periscope. We have, access to technology 24/7. We have kids to take places. We have husband and wives both working, sometimes both working 2 jobs. So we live in a very busy era. So let's not say that to people, because let's just be mindful of the fact that everybody is busy, and I'm going to value your busyness and you're going to value my busyness, and not compare that way. Okay. Trying to kind of reflect here. Do you have anything, Annie, to add?
No, I'm excited.
Okay. So anyways, I will be posting this. I'm going to upload it where you can watch it later. I want to share with you a couple books that I've been reading that are rocking my world. John Maxwell, How to Influence People. Loving that one. John Maxwell, How Successful People Grow. And Eric Wurr, of course, is a favorite of mine. I read them over and over and over again. Go Pro. So anyway, I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you back tonight at 8 p.m. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.